What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So I just ate lunch and had to reapply a new lip product because the other one broke. And this is the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm in Cocoa Kiss. So that will be slightly different from the other videos you guys have seen with the same look, just in case you care. But I'm very, very excited because today I'm going to give a shout out to some YouTubers that I have been enjoying this year. As you guys know, I have a variety of interests, right? So I love beauty. I'm interested in now fashion, and I love reading as well. So I watch YouTube to support all of those interests and more sometimes. So I thought it would be really, really cool to shout out some of my favorite YouTubers because it's always interesting to see not only what a YouTuber actually watches, but also who they would highly recommend. And these are YouTubers that I would highly recommend. I just really enjoy their vibes. They just really work for me, and they present information to me in a way that I can easily enjoy and digest. So I will be breaking down the YouTubers that I talk about in the different categories, of course, and I will have them all linked down below. I don't know, I might be able to tag, I'm very new into knowing how to do that, but I will definitely link down below to their main channel, like homepage and all of that jazz. So yeah, and I don't think I've said in any of the videos, but I did not record this look. Today I actually just used a bunch of my Shop My Stash products. I'm really enjoying that right now. And the eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette that I actually used is from, of course, Odin's Eye. I used the Merry Christmas palette because when I was talking about it in the video, I realized that like you could go by the rows to have a style. So I just used this row. I used every last shadow on my eyes. I'm actually really enjoying the look. I think it looks really, really pretty and something new. So I did finally use my $100 gift card from Sephora. I like used my points to get that gift card or whatever, and one of the products that I picked up is actually from Rare Beauty. I was able to pick up one of the shades in stock, and this is in Flaunt, and it's really, really pretty. It is the cream base that I have under my one size highlighter today. So these are some really interesting things. I'm really enjoying my look. I think I look really, really pretty. And yeah, let me scoot over and we can talk about some more YouTubers. So like I said, I watch YouTube for a variety of different industries. And so I'm going to be showcasing YouTubers in a variety of different industries. So let's start off first with fashion. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the fashionista of the world. Yeah, no, that's not me. I still love to wear my basic products and my basic attire, but I just thought it would be interesting getting closer to 30 to kind of elevate that attire, right? To not only have a t-shirt, but maybe like bodysuit t-shirt. Like today, this is actually a bodysuit with something that I picked up this year with something that's old. So I just want to kind of elevate certain categories of my style. And one person that has helped to make that possible is actually Park Avenue. I found her, I don't even know how I found her. I found her originally and like I wasn't super into fashion at that point, and then I've gotten further into it, and then YouTube re-recommended her, and I'm so glad they did. Binged watched a lot of her stuff. She does a lot of different content. I will say a lot of her stuff sometimes airs on the high-end luxury price tag, so do keep that in mind in case you do watch her. But I really enjoy the style in which she presents her videos, and also just her coordination of like how she puts her outfits together. I really enjoy watching her videos for her fashion content. I think it is great. Another YouTuber that I love for their fashion content is More Akita. Cause what? Style is not defined by your budget, honey. I love her. I love her. She is so cute. She does do a lot of like Walmart hauls and stuff, which promoted me to actually buy from Walmart for their clothes for the first time in ever. Never done it. I still haven't opened the package, but we're getting there. We're getting there, okay? And I'm really actually excited because one of it's like a Sherpa sweater that she recommended, and maybe something else that I'm pretty sure she recommended as well, because otherwise I would have never found myself on the Walmart website. But she is a great YouTuber. Once again, she is a little thicker. Both of these YouTubers that I've recommended so far are thicker. I don't think either of them distinctly has my body shape, but they are relatively in the sizing that I wear as well. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate seeing what the product could potentially look like on me, on somebody else, right? So really, really nice there. And then another YouTuber that I really, really love, once again, she is in that luxury high end. So I really like her because each month she actually showcases specifically Black owned brands, and she does a whole haul with their stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the brands that she does tend to showcase aren't cheap at all, but I'm very, very happy to say that I did pick up 2 pieces from a brand called Something by Sonia, or Something About Sonia. One of those, I picked up 2 pieces that were on sale. They were in my price range. Okay, honey, under $100 for both. Well, each product was under $100, which, okay, you know, you never know until you look into it. Luxury is expensive. And so either way though, her name is I Know Lee. I really love her aesthetic, her vibes. She does a lot of, like, I feel street runway fashion type situation, and she seems to travel a lot, which is really cool as well. I'm not in her level, okay? I'm nowhere in her price bracket or tax bracket. I'm just not there. But I enjoy vicariously living through her. And then also she'll showcase some things that I did not know. Another brand that she has showcased a lot that I am very, very interested in picking something up, but their prices are just insane, I feel like right now, is Hanifa. Hanifa is a Black owned brand, and a lot of their pieces don't start under $100, like the actual price. And even if you get it on sale, you're still looking at over $100. There are a couple of pieces that I would love to pick up, but I just, it's like $100 for a sweater. There's like this really cute, like asymmetric neckline one that I think could easily be incorporated into my wardrobe because it's a very simple top, but it has a unique neckline. And I think that's really, really cool. But over $100? Anyways, either way, I really love her channel, and I love that she at least allows me to live vicariously through her to see these very luxury priced items. But as of right now, her and like I can't even afford a black what is his name? What's the Brandon Blackwood, I want one of his purses. I do. That's another thing that's on my list. Let me know if you would love to see like the luxury things that are on my list, because I got a list, okay? And the list is just growing. It's just growing. Okay. Let's head over to books, because there aren't a lot of YouTubers that I really want to shout out when it comes to books, but the few that I do, I really, really want to shout them out. So one is Becca in the Books. She is a very, very laid back, carefree, UK based YouTuber. I really enjoy her aesthetic. She does typically read a lot of fantasy, but every so often she'll throw in a romance. Typically it's smutty, or it's a Colleen Hoover. She really loves Colleen Hoover as well. I just really, really enjoy her aesthetic and her vibes, so I do tend to go back to watch from her. Another YouTuber that I love is Got a Thing for Things. They're a really interesting, quirky YouTuber that reads a variety of books similar to me. I don't think I've ever really seen them read a lot of like specifically romance or even smut, but they do read a lot of YA, adult fantasy. They read a lot of manga, graphic novels, and their collection is something to behold. I really enjoy their content. Highly, highly recommend. Another YouTuber in the book community that I would highly recommend is Books and Lala. I love them. They are a really interesting YouTuber. They read a lot of horror books, and I'm not a person that really reads a lot of that, but I can filter through her recommendations to really see like what would actually work for me and what I could actually stand. She's the reason why I was able to find Night of the Mannequins, and that's actually a very unique and interesting book. I would highly recommend that. Even if you don't like horror books, I promise you, there's no real gore or anything in there. It's just more of like an intrigue type situation. So very, very excited, and I would highly, highly recommend that. Those are like the top people that I would recommend, and I'm trying to keep it to the top. So I'm going to stop talking on Booktubers, and we are now going to gravitate towards cologne perfume YouTubers. Now, there are quite a few of them that I literally only follow them for their perfume content, even though sometimes they may do lifestyle and other things. That's not why I'm there. One of those people, though, is Simply Aisha. She is such a laid back mom, like, that is a girl boss. She has, like, I think, like, a business. She's like a whole job. She has a husband, they have kids. Like, she does a lot, and she still somehow finds ways to do on YouTube, and like to have so much interesting knowledge on perfume. Now, I wouldn't say she is like a perfumist. Like, she's just a interest and avid consumer. But her collection is once again something to behold, and so her knowledge bank is something to behold. And I just really enjoy her content overall. It's super laid back, and that's just my vibe. So highly, highly recommend her in the event that you want a laid back perfume YouTuber. Another interesting YouTuber is Claire in the Bloom. Now, they just started posting, I want to say this year, and they've already kind of blown up. Specifically, they tend to focus on strictly Bath and Body Works, and they'll do a splash of Victoria's Secret and like maybe a splash of some other very popular or, high profile perfume releases, but they really stick to Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret. They don't even have their face in the picture, so you don't know what they look like at all. It's really all about the cologne, the perfume, the body spray, the cream, whatever have you. And once again, their knowledge bank is just interesting and something to behold. I find it very interesting watching their hauls and watching their reviews. I do wish that she could start to kind of compare a little bit more, but if her own like knowledge bank is only Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret, then I understand why she doesn't do a lot of collaborate or a lot of comparisons with like actual well-known scents. You know what I mean? Like, so either way, though, highly recommend her channel. Really, really enjoy it. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and recommend Lauren May fragrances. You guys knew this was coming. I really love Lauren. I will be also recommending her main channel in a bit, but we're not there yet. But she did just recently release her own fragrance channel, and I find so far it's just a splash of fragrance here and there, but I can't wait to see if maybe she can ramp up the videos. And even if she can't, I just really enjoy hearing how Lauren talks about fragrances and how she compares them as well. So that's why I made sure to go ahead and follow her on that channel. Also, Sharita. Okay, Sharita can make me want to buy anything. And the whole almost every video that she does, the whole décolleté is out to play, okay? And it's just, she's great YouTuber. She is somebody who is willing to spend like, Baccarat Rouge vibes on pretty much all of her colognes and all of her perfumes. So do keep that in mind if you're somebody who is still checking for like Bath and Body Works and like a splash of Baccarat Rouge. Maybe tailor all of the videos that you watch from her very specifically, because she can make you purchase. She really can. I love her channel though. I really, really do. I think the last fragrance channel, I have two fragrance channels left. Okay, one is actually I lost her, the Perfume Nest. So she is a really interesting YouTuber. She's originally from Texas, and she's somewhere up in the north. I don't actually know where, but she's somewhere up in the north, and she brings a uniqueness and a calmness to my fragrance content that I enjoy. I love her knowledge bank. She can compare something that is from like a celebrity perfume to like a designer perfume. She doesn't really talk about Bath and Body Works or something like that unless she's getting it for her daughter. And even then with the celebrity perfume, she really only buys them strictly for her daughter, and she just so happens to know them or she had previously used them herself. But I really enjoy all of her like roundups. She's really known for her what is it? There's a video where it's like smelling more expensive than you paid, or something to that extent. And she's done like 2 or 3 of those videos, and they're fantastic. Absolutely recommend her. And then the last fragrance YouTuber that I want to recommend is Charlotte Rose. She is a very, very, once again, laid back YouTuber when it comes to the cologne perfume world, and she is Canadian. So I love her perspective because she's in a different area where it might be harder for her to actually get access to some of these things that we, take for granted, if you will. And also her knowledge bank and her nose is just something interesting. She has a wide range of colognes, perfumes, all of that, and I just really, really enjoy it. Okay, one more. I completely forgot. The perfume guy. How could I forget him? He has got me to buy so many things. So many things. A couple that were not loves, but it still got me out of my wheelhouse. It got me out of my comfort zone, and for that I appreciate him. I don't find that there are a lot of perfume men or men in the perfume YouTube world that I typically can kind of align with, but I think he's super laid back. His nose is outstanding. I think he actually is like a perfumer, or at least he helps people who do create perfumes, because he said multiple times that he will test out a perfume for a brand or whatever. So I definitely think he is interesting. He also has now his own subscription where you can buy niche decants of perfumes every so often, and I think that's awesome because he has a good nose, but he also has the ear of so many niche brands, because so many brands send him their colognes, their perfumes or whatever, so that they can get into his studio, because he has clients that come in and he helps kind of consult with them. But he also is pretty well known, I feel like, in the perfume world on YouTube. And so that's why I'm surprised I almost missed him. But yeah, definitely recommend him. Okay, now lastly, but certainly not least, let's get into the beauty realm of YouTubers that I want to recommend. First, of course, is Lauren Mae Beauty. I love her channel. I really do. I mean, we have very similar interests. Some things we don't align with, but I think overall we are very, very similar in what we enjoy out of makeup, and also our love and interest when it comes to makeup. I think at one point, very similarly, we were both into project panning, and I think now we've both kind of gone to just loving what we have, maybe doing more shop my stashes, etc., etc. And so it's just interesting to follow my love for beauty and makeup specifically, and see that hers is either similar or a little bit behind or a little bit in front of when I shift as well. So very, very interesting. Like I said, highly recommend. Of course, Angelica Nikwas as well. She is another YouTuber that I typically watch every video that she posts. She's a really interesting breath of fresh air. Now, I don't necessarily use as much color as she does still, but I still enjoy to see the color combinations that she comes out with. And even today's eye look is quite colorful for me right now. Typically, I'm really sticking with these more neutral, earthy tones and not really getting out to these brighter tones as I used to. But I still enjoy watching her channel, and I still just think that overall it's a fantastic channel. Also, Morgan Turner, she creeped up, right? So at the beginning of the year, I'm not convinced, or I don't remember really if I was even subscribed to her, but somehow, some way I got subscribed, and she is a little ball of energy. She does a lot of luxury content, and she also do quite a bit of high-end, medium tiered expensives when it comes to content. She does do a splash of independently owned content, but really that's only for the brands that actually send her their products. I do enjoy her content. I enjoy how straight and, this is what it is. It's bad. Sassy Morgan is coming out. I just enjoy that. She does have a liveness and a bubbliness that is kind of interesting to watch. And yeah, really like her channel. Another one that I really enjoy her channel is Leah Janae. I've recommended her really when it comes to Bath and Body Works because she does a lot of Bath and Body Works content, but she also does makeup content as well and beauty in general. Really, her vlogs are something to behold. I really enjoy them. How she finds all these products, I will never know. Maybe it's because she's in Iowa. I live in an area that is heavily populated, and so it's hard, one, for me to even get to the stores. Two, it is hard for me to find the products that I'm looking for because it's already been sold out. So it's always so interesting to see her talking about products, and then I go to try to find them and I can't find them. But I really, really like her channel. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, I'm just gonna recommend 3, maybe 4 more. I was only supposed to do 10 YouTubers in this video, but it jumped. Okay, anyways, let's dive into Taylor Wynn. I've really been enjoying her content this year, specifically not really for the beauty, although I have traditionally gone to her channel for beauty content, but for the travel content, I've really enjoyed that, especially in a time where I have not been traveling as much as I'm used to. I really enjoy watching her content and seeing how she is currently a nomad. I wish I could do that. I think I would have so much fun doing that, but the career path that it seems I am attempting to take, that would at least right now not be feasible. And so I enjoy just vicariously living through her for that. But like I said, I did traditionally go to her for beauty content. She was a very, very popular YouTuber, I feel like, specifically for her foundation reviews. I really went to her for those when I wanted a lot of high coverage. I don't really do high coverage anymore, so our interests don't necessarily align as much in that regard, but still very, very good creator, and I would highly recommend. Of course, I have to recommend Samantha March. I know lately she has slowed down on YouTube, which is understandable. She has so many things that she's doing, right? That like sometimes you have to step back. I found a similar thing with me this last couple of months in the year when it came to the gym. Unfortunately, I had to step back. I had so many things going on. It just wasn't possible. Either way, though, I think she is still a very, very relatable real YouTuber, which is sometimes hard to come by when it comes to the beauty community. And I really enjoy her talking about her struggles, the ones that she feels comfortable talking to us about, and also just seeing her apply makeup and seeing that, yeah, it may not work for her, but even if it doesn't work for her, it could work for me. And just having that full perspective as a YouTuber and also a consumer is just very, very nice. So I would, of course, highly, highly recommend her. I also have to recommend Michelle Wong, of course. I haven't watched as much of her content as I did last year, mainly because I'm trying to save some money and I feel like Michelle can sell me some things, okay? She can. How I have a Chantecaille blush? Michelle Wong. So I definitely love her channel. Don't get it twisted. But, you know, sometimes you have to step back from some of those YouTubers that you love to afford the things that you need to afford. So that's why I haven't watched her as much as I did in previous years. But I definitely think I'll be going back to watching her, hopefully to kind of culture shock me back into like, you can avoid the makeup, just watch the content type situation. Teresa is dead. She is entertaining to say the least, honestly. I really enjoy her content though. Once again, she can get straightforward when it comes to the videos and tell you straight up, this is trash, this is good, this is not. I also really love her and the other 2 women's makeup bingo. I think it's really, really funny, especially when Teresa drinks on the makeup bingos. Those are really funny because she'll be buying stuff for science and then completely forget, and like 3 months later it comes and she's like, what is this? I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, definitely another YouTuber that, you know, sometimes I selectively only watch certain series from YouTubers, but quite a few of these I feel like I'm pretty much watching all of their content. And I think the last one I'm going to recommend today, I've recommended so many, is actually Heather Austin. I think that her content brings something unique to the table, at least for me, when it comes to beauty YouTubers, because she uploads so much. And I mean, she uploads so much, she is trying so much, and then she not only uploads first impressions, she not only tries all this stuff, she actively is continuously trying out in the background or whatever have you to bring us full on reviews quickly. I mean, it's astonishing, honestly, especially because this is not her full-time job. So I admire her for having that ability. I'm sure she probably wears makeup every day, so that makes it easier. I admire her dedication and her ability to put up so much content. I feel like even before Vlogmas, she was still pushing like 5, 6, sometimes 7 or more videos a week. So that's crazy. Like I said, especially because it's not her full-time job. She has a whole job in addition to this. She has a whole family as well. And so I think if you're somebody who really likes a YouTuber who does a lot of independently owned makeup reviews, as well as a splash of drugstore, she's your girl. She doesn't do a lot of luxury. That's just not her cup of tea, and that's completely understandable. But if you want something that is more mid to high end, independently owned, and some drugstore, she is definitely going to be a person that gets all of those really big releases and showcases it to you on her face. So yeah, that was a lot of YouTubers. I don't even know how many YouTubers I talked about. Like I said, I had intended to only talk about 10. And you see how that worked out. But I genuinely would recommend all of these YouTubers. And for me, YouTube is a form of TV. I don't really watch TV. I have access to a TV. I just don't really watch it. I have access to like Netflix, Hulu, all of that. And I watch those on occasion. But if I really want to just sit down and veg out, it is YouTube. So that's why I have so many YouTubers that I follow. I think on this channel's like account, I think I'm subscribed to over 100, and that is me being good, right? I have other email accounts that I have YouTube accounts connected to that I actively watch YouTube on as well. So that really just goes to show like the variety that I like, because not everybody uploads consistently. Not everybody, you know, has all of the content that I want to watch in that moment. Like sometimes I'm not really checking for a fragrance review right now, but I'll check for it tomorrow, or I'll check for it in a couple of hours. And so having that variety really helps me to be able to watch TV. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, check out down below. I will have all of these YouTubers' home pages linked down there for you all, so that in the event that you're interested, you can just click on it and go right to their channel. Of course, I would love it if you subscribe to them and to me in the event that you have not seen my channel before. I do a lot of beauty content over here, and I'm going to be uploading every day until my birthday, which is of course New Year's Eve. So I will see you guys in my next video, which of course is going to be soon. Bye guys.